Good morning, everyone. Thank you again for tuning in. It's day 26 of the 30-day reading challenge, and yeah, we are in the 26th day, and it's fabulous that we have spent a lot of time here in this 30-day reading challenge. So let me just check whether this streaming is happening on my Facebook and YouTube or not. Yep. Excuse me. So this is live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Periscope. So yeah, I highly recommend that you follow all the social handles that you see right now on the screen, and I will be back in 10 seconds, so don't worry about that. Alright, so today we are going to read the chapter 7 of the Start With Why by Simon Sinek, and this is so far the best book I have read in this year. After factfulness, Start With Why, and Atomic Habits. These are the three books that I really liked in 2020. So yeah. And also I'm reaching to my goal of 35 books a year, because I have started reading on the month of May or June, I guess. So everyone just plans for like 52 books a year, but I just cut down the number for 35 books because I was just getting started as well. So yeah, I just could not set the bar to that 52 books. So yeah, if you just want to know that how many books I'm reading, what I'm currently reading, and simultaneously how many books I sometimes read, so you can go ahead and follow me on Goodreads. Goodreads is a service where authors and readers are there only, so they track their progress, update their progress, review the book, and yeah, and you can all obviously see on the profile that how many books and what are the books that I'm currently reading. So yeah, with that note, let's start today's reading. Okay, we are going to read the chapter 7 today, and before I start reading, let me start some music. So I hope you like that. And yep, so this is the music that will be playing on the background. I hope you can listen to the music. So I'm just going to turn the volume down of the music so it does not distract you and me. So I hope that's okay. So let's go ahead and start reading for today. Before I do that, I'm going to check how many numbers of pages are there. That would be great. Okay, I need to read only 17 pages today. It was like the day before yesterday. So there is not much pages to this chapter, but yeah, here it is, because sometimes you need to read a little bit less also, so that you can process all the data that you are absorbing from the book. And books like Start With Why, which is filled with a lot of examples, a lot of great examples, and also this is so much inspiring, but we need some data, we need some time to actually process all those data, and we keep listening or reading to all these fabulous stories, our brain can't really process that much. So Yeah, it's really important. It's not related to the fast reading, because in the fast reading our brain sometimes don't like like that when we read slow. So we need to read fast sometime. But it has nothing to do with fast reading, because it is just taking too much information in a very small amount of time. So we need to really be cautious about what we are reading and what are the pace we're reading in. So yeah, I'm going to read the chapter 7 today, and I'm really excited that uh, we're in the 26th day, guys. And yeah, that's, I guess, 5 days. Okay, anyways, let's just start reading. So there are five kind of population. So one is the innovators, another is early adopters, another is early majority and late majority, and the last one is laggards, right? So innovators are those who do, actually help challenge the world to see the world differently. They come up with new ideas, and only 2.5% is there. The number is very less. So these are innovators. And another is early adopters. They are also similar to innovators, but they appreciate the advantage of the product that they have come up with. So they welcome the new idea or the technology. So they are the early adopters. They are 13.5%, which is quite good. Then it comes the early majority and late majority, which actually is the more of the people. They are the practical minded people, but early majority actually welcome the idea. They are comfortable with the new idea, but late majority is like they are not so much comfortable with this, but they somehow adopt it. And the laggards are those people who, as an example, Simon Sinek gave here is like they use the touch screen phone, because those rotary phones does not work anymore, and they don't make any rotary phones, so that's why they are bound to use the touch phone. So they are the kind of those person, right, who just don't care about all this thing. They stick with the old one, right? So these are the laggards, which contains the 16%. Its number is big, right? Well, so yeah, so this is the whole spectrum that we understand. Now let's go ahead and read further to understand what is it, and how we can leverage this thing. So he said that we as a human belong to all of this spectrum for certain things. So for Simon Sinek, he says that his sister bought a lot of pair of jeans, when she is very trendy in terms of the fashion. So she follows all the trend of the fashion, right? But he says that whenever she purchases a new jeans and she show it to him, the jeans looks good, but it does not make any sense for him to, like, why she's purchasing, why she's spending all that money. That is totally useless, right? So we as a human being sometime belongs to the laggards also. Sometime we belongs to the late majority, early majority, or sometime maybe we will be we belong to the innovators or early adopters as well, right? So when if I give my examples, if it is for me any tech products like a laptop, Bluetooth earpiece, headphones, these are the things that I am, and also the books. These are the things I'm an early adopter, because whenever something new comes, I try to grab them. So this does not make sense for anyone who is not interested on that product or that specific things that I'm interested in. So they will belong to some other areas. So if you talk about a fashion trend, if some new trend comes up, I don't care about it. I don't look at this on the internet, or I don't chase that to buy this thing. So I come up on the laggard side in the fashion sense, you can say, because a certain kind of t-shirt, if I really like, I buy different kind of things only when I see that the things that I used to wear, they don't produce anymore, right? So That's when I actually purchase new stuff. Otherwise, I'm not so much interested. So he says that yeah, we can belong to any of this spectrum depending upon our interest. So yeah. So I'm gonna read a sentence from this book here. Each of us assigns different values to different things, and our behaviors follow accordingly. This is one of the major reasons why it is nearly impossible to convince someone of the value of your products or ideas based on rational arguments and tangible benefits, right? Because we as a human being put, as we have already discussed, right, we as a human being put different values to the different products or things, right? So maybe a laptop is very important for me, maybe a book is really important for me, but for you maybe a dress is very important for me, for you, and maybe the entire look of your home is very, home decor is important for you. Totally depends upon person to person, it totally varies. So he says that it's really impossible to convince people with the ideas based on rational arguments and tangible benefits. So if suppose you're so much interested in the home decor and maybe fashion or trending fashion or anything like that, if I tell you ki okay, I have seen a laptop which actually is giving me 16 GB RAM and it is giving me a good amount of discount with SSD and all that, all the benefits that I'm just telling you, it will not make sense anything for you, right? Even though you understand okay, it is a good product, they are selling it even in a good price, but you won't be convinced to buy that product because you don't have any interest, you don't put any values on that product, right? So even if someone comes to me, he say that hey, some there is a site in India called Mintra, so they are selling they are giving like 80% discounts on their products, like go ahead and buy all the stuff that you can wear, right? Buy all the jeans, pair of jeans that you're getting on the all the branded stuff. I won't be going there and buying, right? because I don't put my values there, my values are somewhere else. So it's really hard to convince people with just by giving them some benefits that hey, these are all the benefits, you should go ahead and purchase. So this does not work, he says. So yeah. I will be back in a sec. So yeah. So he said that manipulation starts to happen because people try to gather the early adopters at first, because early majority actually relies on the early adopters. So they actually rely on the feedback of the early adopters. If early adopters are saying, okay, I have used this product, now it feels good, I don't see that much problem, and if there is a problem, these are the problems, these are the pros, these are the cons. So early majority actually can understand, okay, what are the consequences and the problem I'm going to face if I just purchase this product or go with the product, right? So that is what early majority sees. So that's why what this product tries to do is they try to target these early adopters that you see on the left side of the spectrum. Say they try to capture this market. The reason is that if people don't try their product, early majority and late majority is which is the most of the people are not going to join their are not going to purchase their product, right? So they try to use the manipulation in that case, like to gain all the early adopters as well. So they give value-added services and all that things, which becomes novelty at the end of the day, right? So yeah, and that's why so if you are doing this, he said that it is not going to work out if you just keep manipulating things, as we already saw in the chapter of this manipulation of, right, where different kind of manipulations can be done to actually make the sale, right? So he said that the goal of business then should not be to simply sell to anyone who wants what you have, the majority, but rather to find people who believe what you believe, the left side of the bell curve. So we need to go to the left side more, so that people believe what we believe. They are, see, people are loyal when they are ready to face the consequences that is done by your product. Suppose a certain part or specific things in your product is not good, and they have to suffer the consequences, but they are still purchasing from you the next time you are purchasing a better product. Next time you are making a better product, they are still purchasing from you. These are the person who is actually loyal, right? So he says that we should take more person who is loyal to us, who is most on the left side of the bell spectrum. So that, so basically he says that all the people who actually purchase this product, see, they actually define the words of their why. The reason is, see, they, by purchasing that product or using that product, they show to the world that this is what I am. It has nothing to do with the product. Actually, it actually shows that who they are. It is all about, totally about them. Suppose a guy or a girl is using a MacBook. They actually, if they are facing consequences of regarding the update, the MacBook is getting slower every with each and every update, it doesn't really matter for them, because with that MacBook they are showing that what they are, right? So it actually totally depends on them. This MacBook is the what of their why they are here, why they are in this world, and what they just show it through that MacBook or the Apple iPhone, right? I'm just giving an example of Apples, but these products are everywhere, so that can be anything, right? So we need to find these people, find these employees, find these shareholders who trust us, who believe us, who is loyal to us, and who is more on this left spectrum, who is on the early adopters, and early adopters, and early majority. So we need to take more of this side where people will be loyal, right? Cool. Here is a great thing that he said, that if you look at the curve, I haven't shown you the curve in front of the camera very well. So this curve actually defines that. Let me just focus on it. So this curve defines that there are 2.5% innovators, early adopters, early majority, late majority, and laggards. So what really happens here is that early adopters are all the people who actually adopt any product early, and 2.5% are like the crazy people who really think that okay, we are going to change the world, and that does. So these are the innovators, and that but if you're a business, this may look very nice to see that okay, there are 34% early majority and 34% late majority. If we target this area, then we are going to be very profitable. But this does not make any profit at the end of the day, because you are not going to get any loyal customers out of this area, right? It is going to be very tough for you to find any loyal customers if you just target that specific area, this middle portion here. This may seem a huge number, but you need to keep giving them manipulations, right? Because they believe your product, they use your product for the sake of using that product. They rely on others' feedback. They don't do it for themselves, right? So the laptop that I'm currently using, it's not my status symbol. I just use it for the sake of using, because I need a laptop, right? So I'm using this microphone because I need to use a microphone, right? So it does not, it has no feelings attached to it, that in that way I have no feelings with that specific brand. It's a good microphone, I'm using it. it's a good laptop, that's why I'm using it. So yeah, and I'm not willing to suffer any consequences because of that laptop or the microphone that I'm currently using, right? Or because I'm not loyal to that company. If I face any problem with the laptop that I'm currently using, there is a highly likely chances that the next laptop won't be from that same company, because it does not this does not define me. The laptop company does not define me, right? So yeah, so as a business, you need to find those people who are loyal to you, who is ready to suffer, uh, who is ready to actually understand pay the consequences of what really happens to your product, right? So it's really important. So I'll be back in again sec. Till then, enjoy the music. Yep. Here isn't saying here he's saying this thing that to grow the business, all you need to do is more prospecting, which is why growing your business by aiming at the middle of the curve is so expensive. Though the business may grow, the average will stay about the same, and the 10% is not enough for the system to tip, right? So he's saying that even if you get the business, even if you grow the business, but it's not going to be something that the average will be same as well. So if you look at the companies like Dell, HP, and the Apple, Apple don't have that majority of people buying from them, like if you compare it to the Microsoft. But look at their share values, and look at their profits and the revenues and the margins. On average, it's the same, right? I'm gonna read this. In reality, we are all influencers at different times for different reasons. You don't just want any influencer. You want someone who believes what you believe. Only then will they talk about you without any prompts or incentives. If they truly believe in what you believe, and if they are truly on the left side of the curve, that is the spectrum, they won't need to be incentivized. They will do it because they want to, right? So you don't need to give any incentive. Apple will not give you any incentive. They don't even give any free accessories or anything like that, because they don't care about it. They just care about the product. And they, if you really value, if you really understand why they're doing what they're doing, if your value matches, then you just go ahead and purchase this. So they're not going to manipulate you by giving free accessories with an Apple iPhone or the MacBook. So they're not going to say that, okay, with the MacBook you're going to get a new pair of headphones or or other accessories from Apple. They're never going to do this, right? And some people don't like this as well, including me. So he was talking about the company called TiVo. So TiVo has come up with a new kind of TV, which was actually there to change the world, which was like the reinvention of the TV, and it was really good. And people were assuming a lot of different things. Like there were some researchers who said that there will be 7,60,000 subscribers uh, when the sale will start, right? So that was the number is huge, right? So how they, and TiVo was doing everything so to enjoy to engage the people, but Simon Sinek said that one thing they did wrong was this. Let me just show you. They tried to target this area, that is the mass market that you see, early majority and late majority, and these are the people who actually buy the product based on what others has experienced, right? So early majority actually rely on the early adopters. Okay, see, suppose I am an early adopter. There is a new product in the market, so I purchased it, and I just used it. So early adopters are going to come to me and say, I'm going to ask me that, hey bro, how's the earphone that you're using? I'll be saying, okay, that's fine, you can purchase it, it's good. Then they are going to purchase this early majority. The late majority is going to be seen, okay. Late majority comes very late in the scene. They, when early majority has started using that product for quite a long period of time, the late majority is saying from the distance, okay, that guy or girl is always using this earphone, I will purchase this as well. I will ask the early majority, hey, how's the headphone or earphone? Then they will purchase it. I'm just giving an example here as an headphone. So these are the late majorities, and laggards are those people who actually purchase those headphones because they don't get their old headphones anymore. So their old headphones are like either broken, or those kind of products don't sell. These companies don't sell anymore, so that's why they purchased it. These are the laggards. So but TiVo, what they try to do is, like, they try to capture that early majority and late majority market. That was their problem. So their pitch was like this, to get into the market was like this: we have got a new product, it pauses live TV, skips commercial, rewind live TV, memorizes your viewing habits, and records shows on your behalf without your needing to set it, right? It's an amazing benefits that TV is giving. But they started with what their product does, right? If you see that we have got a new product, it pauses live TV, they have started their pitch with what the product actually does. So if you talk about the early majority and late majority, they does not care much about what the product does. They rely on others. If others are using this product, or if others are believing that product is actually working, then that's when they move on and buy that product, right? So when I purchase that laptop, in that scene, maybe I am the early majority, but so I will totally rely on the early adopters who have previously used that laptop or purchased that laptop, and I will just Google it, or maybe ask them, hey, how is the laptop? I will depend on their feedback, that then I will purchase it. Then I will say, okay, oh, that laptop is good, then I will purchase the laptop now. So that's the market that they targeted actually, and they did not care about the what that product does. This may sound very nice to the ear, that this TV actually pauses the live TV, skips the commercial, all these beautiful benefits that they are giving. But it was very hard for them to actually convince the whole market. And Simon Sinek said that there are some people who actually resonates with what they are doing. Maybe 10% actually understood that, okay, this is a very nice features and benefits the TiVo is actually giving. But those people, the number of people of those was very low, like 10% around. So it was not a tipping point. That tipping point is something like, if when the ice melts, we have discussed in the Atomic Habits as well, whenever you're just giving some temperature to the ice, it melts after it hits the certain threshold, right? So that is the tipping point you need to hit, and it immediately start melting when it hits the tipping point. So this is the tipping point. So, and also, yeah, so I hope you understand that. So there was not that majority to actually get out of this tipping point. Okay, so yeah, so there was like 48,000 units which were sold only in the first year. So, and the prediction was like 7,60,000 subscribers. The difference is very huge. So he says that and also the spokeswoman of Tivo, Rebecca, she says that the product was really good, but people could not understand that product, so they missed it, right? And the Simon Sinek said that no, people really did not miss that. The Tivo actually could not communicated them better. So see, we as a consumer, can't understand all the product. Like I don't understand any fashion trend or trendy stuff which is there in the fashion, but if a company comes up to me and say that we are giving this much cotton and that cotton is stretchable, let's just buy this pant. Whenever you are going to go out with this pant, this will stretch whenever whatever you do. I don't care about these benefits. So company can't target audiences like me to purchase this product with, but just by saying all these benefits. See, I may purchase the product first time, but I will not go ahead and purchase the product next time, because I totally don't care, right? So they need to communicate their message better. So he says that if they would have started with the why, the message would have been like this: if you are the kind of person who likes to have total control of every aspects of your life, boy, do we have a product for you. It pauses live TV, skips commercial, rewinds live TV, memorizes your viewing habits, and records shows on your behalf without needing to set it. They started with why they exist in the first place, right? They did not come up just saying that okay, we'll pause live TV and all that other great benefits. Who cares, right? So the thing is that if they would have started with this why, see, if you're the kind of person who likes to have total control of every aspect of your life, yes, we as a human being have to have like to have total control over our life. That pitch is really great for us, right? Okay, if we that feeling is really working, right? Boy, do we have a product for you. And then they comes up with all the what those product does, right? So there is the beauty of starting with why. If you start with why, you can actually reach out to a lot of potential customers as well. Because see, if someone comes up to me and say that if you just wear this jeans, that these are the things that will happen to you, and what I am getting with from this jeans, that is later I will get it, right? So if they come up to say that if you want to be more confident, if you want to impress a lot of people, if you want to be an influencer, wear this. Do we have a product for you? Yes, wear this jeans from Myntra, and this jeans has all the cotton, that's all the great leather and all this thing, I don't know. So this is the actual pitch for you. So you need to start with why, so people can actually understand your product better, right? So we as a consumer belongs to the different kind of spectrum that you see right now. We can belong to the laggards to innovators as well. Sometimes it depends on totally our values, right? So yeah. So he has given an example like why people wait for things like Harley Davidson motorcycle with custom logos and everything. They have to wait for like 6 months to 1 year to get the bike, when they can really go to the Kawasaki bike store and they can purchase the bike immediately and from the store, right? But he says that this is called the bad service. If you are purchasing a bike and they are making you to wait for like 6 months to 1 year, but still you are purchasing from them, right? You are the loyal customer. And see, this is the kind of things that this products actually made. The Harley Davidson, he's giving an example. Consumers can just obviously go to the Kawasaki bike store and buy their product, but in maybe in lesser price as well, but they don't do it. They suffer the inconvenience too, because it is all about themselves. When having a Harley Davidson defines them, not the Kawasaki, right? It's not the product, it's about the consumer. It's about who is going to use the product. So this is really important. So as a product, we need to we need to target audiences like this as well, right? So it's really important. Thank you so much for being here. Sorry for just disappearing suddenly. So yeah, so he said that in Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., the rally was like 2,000 to like 50,000 people were there. Like there were millions of people. Actually, how he brought them was like he said that I have a dream, not I have a plan. So he brought together all those people, because those people, Simon Sinek said that those people actually came for how many people actually came for Martin Luther is like zero. They actually came for themselves. They also have that same dream of unite the America. It doesn't really matter, because there are a lot of people who does not believe others opinion, but he said that Martin Luther actually, what he did is like he was doing it for the higher purpose. He was not doing it for all the people who have different opinion. They are doing it just for their civil rights, right? So all the people who were there, they came for themselves. They believe that they can change the America, and that's why they have come to listen to the Martin Luther King Jr.'s speech, I have a dream. So they actually believed in his speech, because Martin Luther King Jr. actually believed in himself, right? So he says that I believe, right, that we can change the America too, and we can make this kind of changes. He did not come up, he did not say that I have a 12 points of do change the America. Obviously he had a plan, but he did not portray it like this. He said that I have a dream, right? I have a dream to change the America, so that what is injustice is there happening, we need to solve this or solve all the problems. And there was a problem of, because there are a lot of people who their opinions does not matter, that does not match actually, but all of the people have the same why, say the why of uniting the America, to actually fight for the civil rights, to actually fight for their own rights. So whoever came there, they did not go for the Martin Luther King Jr., they went for themselves. So that was really important. So that's why Martin Luther King Jr. actually was able to bring in all the people at the same time, at the same place. There were like 2.5 million people, and that is crazy, right? So yeah, and it is very tough for us to even get 100k subscribers. So that is 2.5 million. That's, think about it. If you can make people believe in your why, then obviously you can subscribe. Oh, that is my ImpleBooks channel, a YouTube channel that you can subscribe, and that is the Instagram that you right now see. I post a lot of videos and pictures nowadays on the Instagram, so go ahead and follow me with all the great contents. And on the Twitter, I post my favorite quotes there all the time, and in the Facebook, I dump everything, like from the Twitter to Instagram to wherever I post anything, I just post it on the Facebook. And the Twitch, I every time live stream. So if you want to see me live, go ahead and follow me on Twitch. And thank you so much. Wherever you're so much active, just follow me there. You just don't need to go to every social site to follow me. Wherever you're active, just follow me there. And thank you again so much for today. It's been 26th day that we are reading, and I did not read a lot of pages today because it was like only 17 pages. So yeah, but the read was very good. Today's read was very good. It was about the tipping point, when actually the tipping point starts, right? So when we can understand, okay, this is the tipping point that we can get, okay, so after that point you actually starts to gain people's belief and loyalty. So that tipping point needs to cross, and that was all about, and that chapter was all about this, that how you can do this. And so people needs to believe you, and trust is really important. I think the previous chapter was very important, so where we talked, read about the trust. So yeah, with that we come to the end of day 26, and I'm really excited that you are still here. So thank you so much again for watching.